Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're jumping into Shining Beyond, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of my beginners tips and tricks for the game. Now, I've been really enjoying this game. It's become sort of my main side game where I can jump in, play for like 30 minutes to an hour, get all my dailies done, and then feel like I've made some kind of meaningful progression into the game. Now, before I actually go through and break down a couple of these guides and tips and stuff to hopefully help new players into the game not make the same mistakes that I did, I do want to talk about some recent controversies with the game, specifically with the global launch nerfs. There are a lot of nerfs that happened in the game. Things with the forge system, getting SSR tickets, there's like nerfs to idle rewards, there's nerfs to stats, everything. It's kind of like all across the board, all these little random nerfs started popping up on the global launch day. Now, for me personally, since I've been playing the game for a couple of days, some of these nerfs and some of these roadblocks that some of the new players or some of the veteran players are running into isn't something that I personally have run into myself. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this game still. I haven't felt any kind of hindrance or forced pay to win in the game. I'm still really enjoying it. Like I said, it's a side game. It's not my main game. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the game. But I wanted to bring this up for you guys, for people that are jumping into the game, that if you watch any videos from content creators and stuff like that from the beta, a lot of this stuff has been nerfed for the global launch. I do want to bring up one example, and that is the forge system being able to get SSR heroes for free every single day. Now, before, the summoning cost for this SSR hero summoning ticket was like 150,000 like gold pieces. That's like super cheap, and it's super free to play friendly. But one of the main reasons, one of the biggest problems I think the developers ended up switching it from 150,000 gold to 500 premium gems is that people were getting SSR heroes every single day, and they were like maxing their accounts out really fast, unlocking every single hero, and people were saying they were hitting walls of like boredom where they already had all the heroes and now they were just collecting shards and stuff. Now, for me personally, this kind of change, this kind of currency change actually hasn't affected me personally. 500 gems is, I still think, very reasonable for the SSR hero summoning tickets. I can get 500 gems in a single day after playing maybe like an hour or two, and then I can go get my free SSR hero. Now, honestly, you'll probably run into the fact that you do need to get SR hero shards in order to convert and craft the SSR summoning ticket, so you will need to go and do some other summons or boxes and stuff like that. Now, I get why people are upset, because before it was like crazy free-to-play friendly to have this. Now, not so much. Again, for me, it hasn't really affected my enjoyment of the game, but I did want to bring that up to you guys. Now, the main reason I'm actually most upset about these nerfs, it's not the nerfs themselves. I get the developers wanted to kind of slow gameplay progression and make it so players aren't rushing through the game like crazy, but the reason why I'm upset about it is because the developers did not tell us. They just randomly did it, hidden, silent, boom, there's the nerf, and then we were the players that found out about it. They didn't tell us up front they were doing these nerfs. If they were more honest with us and open, then I think a lot more players would be okay with it. But for the fact that they silently nerfed all this stuff without telling players is a huge no. Okay, developers, if you're watching this, you gotta be more open, and you gotta communicate with your players about the changes that you make to their game. Okay, that's out of the way. Let's go ahead and now jump into and show you guys some of my beginners tips and tricks for Shining Beyond. First, let's go ahead and talk about hero progression. Now, one of the main things I highly recommend when you first get into the game, if you're deciding on re-rolling or whatever, is to set your team up properly. And the reason why you're going to want to do this is because as you play through the game, you're going to get resources for each of the 4 individual classes: the Guardian, the Rogue, the Archer, and the Acolyte, okay? Now, if you have, let's say, 2 rogues on your team, like I have Mayfang and Rhaegar here, if I'm playing through the game, I'm going to get resources for a rogue character, and then I'm going to have to decide on which of these 2 characters I'm going to have to spend those resources, which is going to slow my overall progression for those characters. So, the best recommendation that I have for you guys for starting off in the game is to have 1 character of each class. So I've got Artemis, Emilia, Olivia, and Mayfang as my 4 main characters. I got Archer, I've got an Acolyte, a Rogue, and like the Guardian character, okay? So that's what I recommend first up if you're playing the game, to make sure to have at least 1 character from each of these different classes. That way you're not spreading your upgrade materials thinly between a whole bunch of different characters. The other one that I recommend is because it is a little bit difficult to get the SSR shards. You can get SR character shards a lot faster than you will these SSR characters. So I recommend too, if you're building a team, to not have a full team of rainbow SSRs, to at least include an SR character. So now Olivia here, she's rated as an SSR character. That's because I promoted her to that. She's technically a gold character, not a rainbow character, a gold character or an SR character. The reason why I recommend doing that, either having 1 or 2 on your team that are just the basic gold characters, is you're going to be able to upgrade those characters fairly quickly, and you're going to be able to have a fairly decent, powerful character on your team, and not have to worry about trying to get all these SSRs, which will eventually slow down for you. Now, on top of that, besides the 4 classes and the rarities, there's another part to character building, to team building, that you're going to want to pay attention to, and that's over in your character's skills. Now, if you look at your character's skills, each of the characters have a specific mastery attached to them. For Artemis here, she has an arena mastery. What this eventually does is it will give a bonus to my entire team. So, team receives less damage and deals more damage in the arena battles by 8%. And as I upgrade her, as I level her up, it's going to become more and more important to have her on my team. I've got another character, I believe she is the Guild Raid Mastery. She's going to give me bonuses for Guild Raids. And then I believe I've got another Arena character right there, just in case if I want to push harder into Arena. And then I've got an Event Mastery character too, which gives me bonuses for the events. Now, what you want to do is you want to try to find characters that each have different individual masteries for them. The reason why you want to do this is because these masteries affect your entire team, and if you have one of them on your team, as you upgrade it, you can eventually use that to benefit all of your characters. So, for example, since I have Olivia on my team who has this event mastery, she is a great character that's going to give my entire team a bonus when I'm playing the events. Same with Mei Fang. If I want to, since she gives bonuses towards Arena, my whole team will get bonuses for the Arena events. And then my other character for the Guild Raids. Now, there are characters that do it for like the story itself. So if you play through the story or the adventure mode, it's going to give you bonuses towards adventure and everything like that. And so when you see like those loading screens that talk about raid characters, PvP characters, adventure characters, that's what it's talking about, is this mastery system right here. And if you have at least one of each of the masteries on your team, you'll be able to benefit your entire team and eventually take those characters and make full-fledged teams focus on specific attributes and traits. As of right now, if you're just starting off, you don't really need to do that. Just have a well-rounded team. Now that's going to lead me into the next part where it comes to progressing and upgrading your characters. One of the most important things that you can do is to stay consistent with what characters that you have on your team. So I have Artemis, Emilia, Olivia, and Mei Fang on my team, and I don't plan on changing those right now. I'm able to push the story, I'm able to do PvP, I'm able to do events, I'm able to do everything fairly well. Even though there are characters that are better suited at doing certain things than some of the characters I have on my team, I don't want to swap them out. And the reason why I don't want to do that is for the character quest system, the Heroes Quest. As long as you have the characters on your team, the more you use them, the faster you're going to be able to progress these characters. For example, I have Mei Fang's Tell 1. This will give me some of the relics I can use to upgrade her class, as well as some equipment that I can use. All I have to do is hit play right here. It's going to take me to her storyline. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to skip it just as an example. Take me back, and now I've got some free rewards. As I upgrade her to 4 stars, I'm going to get some premium currency. As I reach more and more of her background story, reach level 50, use her every single day, do weekly quests and everything like that, you're going to get lots and lots of rewards. And so if you're stuck on anything, if you want to know what to do, is to click on this quest button down here. As long as you click on this quest button, it's going to bring up a lot of stuff that you can do for your characters. It's going to have weekly quests. It's going to have, I believe, event monthly quests and things like that you'll be able to use to get materials to upgrade your character. So stick to the team that you have once you've got it set up, because once you do, you'll be able to get the materials that you need and stuff to upgrade your characters. Super, super important. You get free shards, you get free weapons, everything. It's really important to make sure that you stick with those characters on your team. The next thing I want to talk about is the gear system. This is something that I was actually a little bit confused at first, and hopefully you'll be able to explain it to you guys. But when you have a character on your team, if you click on the equipment that they have, you'll see this set stats down here. So a set of 1, set of 2, set of 3, and I get these bonuses to HP. Now this is something I was a little bit confused at before, because in other games they have specific names for the sets themselves. But this, I was kind of confused because it doesn't have like the name down here specifically. Well, to kind of clear that up, the name is actually in the actual name for the equipment. So the Outlaw Leather set is the one that I've got it for. So Outlaw Leather right there, and then another Outlaw Leather. I know some people probably already figured that out. It was something that was kind of confusing to me up first, So I just wanted to tell you guys, if you're trying to figure out how the whole set system works, just look at the name of the equipment that you have. If it's the same name, they're part of the same set, they'll give you those boosts and those bonuses. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is your overall account progression. This is a game that wants you to jump in every single day and make sure that you take care of your daily milestones, your weekly milestones, and your monthly milestones. And the reason why, there is a really important sort of secondary level to your overall account, and that is for your talent right here. So every single day, if you complete your daily quests, you'll receive 5 XP towards your player talent. If you complete the weekly quest, you'll get 15 talent. And then I believe the monthly quest as well gives you, 50 talent XP. The reason why you want to do this is your account actually has a secondary leveling system in it. That is your talent system. As you level up your overall talent, you're going to get shards for your characters, you're going to get SSR tickets, you're going to get other premium currencies and stuff like that, and you're going to get talent perks. Now, the talent perk system in this game will give you increased gold, gear dust, and increased hero XP. And so if you don't have a lot of time to play in this game, at least jump in every single day and complete your daily quest, your weekly quests, and your monthly quests. And honestly, for me, I can take care of them in 10 minutes. It's super fast, it's crazy easy, and so there you go. So, it's a really important system in the game. If you didn't know about that before, now you do. Now, the last thing I want to talk about for you guys when it comes to your overall account is the settings. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because as you're playing through the game, as you're pushing through the story and stuff, a lot of the things that you're going to do, you're not going to really care about. You're going to turn on auto gameplay, you're going to push through the story, you're not going to worry about it. But I want to let you guys know to do these things, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of special items, special events, and you're going to miss out on a lot of like materials and things like that. The first option I recommend you doing is turning on the auto battle all rooms. The reason why you want to do this is a lot of the times when you're playing through the game, your characters will just go straight towards the boss level and they won't worry about all the side rooms. However, there are special events that take place on certain stages where you do need to go to side rooms. And so if you have the auto battle all rooms turned on, your characters will go to every single room, clear everything out, and take care of everything for you. The next option I recommend is just turning off skill cast animations. For some reason, it like slows your gameplay way down. It looks really buggy, and to be honest with you, it makes everything go by a lot faster. Which leads me into another thing that I want to talk about before we end the video, and that is the campaign itself, which also lends back to the whole make sure that you're clearing everything on the level, that you have that set up in the settings. Because as you're going through each of these different levels, some of these levels have special requests, special events tied to them that you may not know about. As you complete a certain stage, like for instance, once I completed, I believe, one of the previous stages, it unlocks an event for me. I think 11.5 and 11.10 do this. But let's go to this elite stage right here. You'll notice that it says that I have a complete events one time on this stage. If I go back through and I play this, there may be a specific spot on the map or a specific room that has an event in it. And if you don't have the option to clear all your rooms, your characters may bypass that room, and now you're going to have to go back and clear that room in order to complete this event and get the free stuff. So it's really important to have that option clicked to you clear everything out of the way. And then the other thing I want to talk about too is some of these sort of elite stages. Is when you go through and you have an elite stage that has this kind of crown right here, all you have to do is just click on it, and then for the grand trials, increase enemy skill effect by 50%, click on this, then you'll be able to fight it, and you'll be able to get some special gems and Valianite from it. So there are certain stages that you will have to go back through and redo them, and make sure that you click this grand trial button right here so you can get some extra rewards and benefits on top of it. So there you guys go, Shining Beyond, some controversies, some negative things that happen. Developers, please be more open and honest with us players. And then hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more videos for Shining Beyond, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Well, friends, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.